Hey, it's an honor to be here to sign a proclamation for the month of April, which recognizes Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. I think it's great that we pause to make sure that we designate a month that underscores the importance of recognizing sexual assault awareness. There's no place for it in our workplace, in our Navy, and in our country. And I believe that this year's theme, protecting our people, protects our mission, is appropriate because we need our people 24/7, especially during this period of the COVID crisis that's going on. People first, and the mission must be maintained. And so again, I take great pride in signing this proclamation that recognizes something that's very important and something that we have zero tolerance for. Working in a place that's free of sexual assault is something that we must all commit ourselves to, and making sure that we treat everyone in our command, in our Navy, with dignity and respect is absolute. So let's sign this.
Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, proclamation by the Commander of Naval Facilities Engineering Command. Whereas Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month sets the tone for ongoing prevention of and response to sexual assault within the naval enterprise, and whereas this yearly kickoff is intended to draw attention to the fact that sexual violence remains an intolerable violent crime which impacts mission readiness for our Navy community, and whereas we must work together throughout the year to educate our community about what can be done to prevent sexual assault and support survivors and victims to ensure they are provided the help needed to survive sexual violence, and whereas dedicated leadership and sexual assault prevention and response staff continuously encourage every person to speak out when witnessing acts of sexual violence, and whereas with leadership, dedication, and encouragement, there is compelling evidence that we can be successful in reducing sexual violence within the Navy through prevention education, increased awareness, and holding offenders who commit acts of violence responsible for their actions. And whereas Naval Facilities Engineering Command strongly supports the dedicated efforts of national, state, and local partners to include citizens actively engaged in the prevention, awareness, and response efforts surrounding sexual violence whose goals are to eradicate sexual violence. Now, therefore, I, Admiral John Korka, Commander, Naval Facilities Engineering Command, do hereby proclaim April 2020 as Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month in the Naval Facilities Engineering Command, and call upon Navy personnel and their families to increase their participation in our efforts to prevent sexual assault, thereby strengthening the Navy community. Given under my hand, Rear Admiral John Korka at the Naval Facilities Engineering Command on this day, 14th day of April, 2020.